Hello and welcome everybody to another Global Speedrun Association Super Mario Odyssey Any Percent League Race. This is probably the longest title available. But yeah, we have Equan versus Raya today. A very interesting match. I think there's no better match suited for Gannon and me to commentate this one, since I'm pretty sure this has some high chances to become pretty memey. But Gannon Slayer is here on call commentary. What's up?
Hey, what's up, dude? I'm really looking forward to this one, honestly. It could go either way.
Yeah, that is probably an understatement, actually.
Yeah.
This can go either way. We've seen Equan get amazing times. We've seen Equan get maybe the worst times of the league. I think he got a 107 recently.
He also got a 106 a while ago. So yeah, he's
He's doing it all basically. And Raya obviously hasn't been too I mean, he has been getting some offline PBs. He hasn't been streaming too much, at least on his main account. I'm not sure how much practice he's been doing offline. That's why I'm thinking he's also definitely a wild card here. Equan, pretty much the same, amazing skill in the early game if he plays up to his potential, but yeah, not every time. Sometimes he just tends to make mistakes a lot. But we'll see if this is gonna happen today, or if he's actually gonna pop off, play to his full potential, and yeah, get an amazing time. We'll see. As we said, this can go either way, and I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, so am I. It's definitely, well, at least it could be a close one. I don't even know what's gonna happen here. Could go
really hard, yeah. Really hard to predict that one. I think I want to see some unique stuff from Equan here. He has been, I think, the only one so far in the league that tried to go for the late crate route. Pretty nice iteration of the sand route. It saves a good chunk of time, but requires some pretty intense gameplay to succeed with. And I would be interested to see that. Looks like production is still probably finicking around here, getting the timers on screen for Equal. We still have some gameplay hanging in there, but we do have Raya's timer basically to kind of give us an idea how this pace is going. But we'll probably fix this.
Right. And you were talking about late crate. Yesterday in his race, Equan didn't go for it because he was trying to go for safer strats to ensure a better time. So we'll see.
Respectable. Now, honestly, I can see the reason behind that. We are getting pretty close to a playoff situation, and Equan definitely wants to grab that spot if he can. And especially in a situation like this, you probably are thinking twice about strats like this. We've seen him, yeah, very hot there from Equan for fast frog grab. We've seen him go for it, and in that attempt, he actually ended up, I think, dying to GSA skip because you kind of want to leave the bullet bill a little bit earlier during GSA skip if you want to go for that route, because literally everything is going to matter when you try to get that burst, and there's obviously a very tough time loss, and that's something that he would probably want to avoid if he can.
Yeah, of course. Neither runner having any issues with cap so far. It's actually looking very clean for both.
Very synced up topper hits.
Yep, looking like 221 for both. Oh yeah, also, I'd like to point out, I'm pretty sure it's the top 8 that go on to the playoffs, and I'm pretty sure these runners are in 8th and 9th, so it's kind of like the match for 8th.
Oh, that is interesting. We have pretty much a frame sync going on here at the same time as both of them are going to be leaving cap. It's just looking pretty close. Let's see fade outs here. Yeah, pretty much perfect sync here at the end of cap. But yeah, that's definitely worth pointing out. I'm pretty sure both of them want to grab those playoff seeds if possible. And I mean, I'm not sure if it's exactly winner gets 8. I'm not sure how points come into play right there, like the time difference. But a win would definitely be preferable for both of them. So it looks like both of them will be going for wall jump as first. This is looking like a nice synchronized dance right here.
Wow.
That's actually
this is sick. Wow, okay. I see.
Let's see if the Dino is also going to be able to mimic that little bit of a different camera situation here, but both of them, yeah, doing Dino skip at the same time. Looks like Econ actually uncaptured the Dino a little bit earlier, going towards that boss fight platform, and ended up saving a little bit due to that. But we had some pretty cool synchronized dancing going on up until that boss fight.
Yeah, definitely.
No, but then brutal. Nothing too new here in this fight. We've seen both of them actually go for the very fastest strat to get the initial capture, and Econ playing a little bit better overall, not only for Dino Skip, but also in that second phase he was able to snap that change on back a little bit quicker, so he's going to snack a little bit of a lead, but as we all know, Cascade at this point in time is actually pretty heavily dependent on that later section. You do want to go for that fast chess clip, and we've seen multiple runners fail it in this league.
Yeah. Fast chess clip is, I'd say it's the hardest thing in Cascade, and it's also just really finicky and annoying if you're trying to do it as fast as possible.
Yeah, I think you're probably right, actually. I guess the hardest thing would be, at least the most inconsistent thing right now, would be the fast, like, Dino Skip, but nobody actually goes for that yet, where you just run directly towards that bouncing, or that trampoline, or whatever it is. But nobody really goes for that at the moment, just because it's so inconsistent.
Yeah, that's basically BTT only at this stage. Alright, now we're coming up on fast chess clip. Looks like a good position for Ek1, but Rhea is... Oh, never mind, both missing it, okay.
Yeah, so Econ actually had a pretty interesting angle when he jumped into that moon. That might have worked, I'm not sure exactly. That ceiling is pretty weird, but actually very unfortunate ending there for him, getting a bonk on his backup strat. And now Rhea is getting lead back, and as I said, this ending section matters quite a lot. And that's actually such a time-consuming mistake, because not only do you bonk, so you are in the bonk animation losing like 2 seconds, you also plunge back into the water, and water movement is obviously super slow. So it looks like Rhea is actually going to be getting a lead. Might be around 5 seconds even. Banner showed up there at 7. Pretty close to 5-second lead for Rhea now, even though he also missed chest clip.
Yeah, it's around 5 seconds. Very, well, not very costly, but that was probably the worst that ending could have gone for Ek1.
Yeah, I think it's definitely time to go for late crate road right now.
Oh,
that's how you make these 5 seconds. No, I'm kidding, obviously. This is still a very, very risky choice. But we see Rhea probably not going to be going for it. Have actually missed if he was able to get... I actually missed both of them getting a fast action guide skip or not. That can actually matter now entering sand, because Econ might suddenly be 4 seconds ahead if he got it, but I actually missed that.
Yeah. Alright. So yeah, after the first moon, we're going to be seeing if Ek1 will be going for late crate. Rhea actually taking a bonk on the fountain. Yeah. Alright, let's see. He said yesterday if he gets frustrated, he'll start going for everything.
I'm not sure if he did a roll boost into that moon, and he didn't, and he gets punished for it. I mean, that wasn't really punishing. He actually did a really nice backup there, entering that room. He didn't get the roll he wanted, but that could have gone worse, like him missing that lineup for the pipe.
Right, you can roll over it and bonk if you're not careful, so it's a very clean backup.
Alright, Rhea gets the Doom Moon here, Moon ticking at pretty much 6:40. Let's see what Econ has on his clock. Yeah, it's a pretty much 4-second difference now after that bonk that Rhea had. I'm not sure once again who of them got actually got fast action guide skip and who didn't.
Both did.
But yeah. Both did. Sorry, okay, I missed it when I said that.
Yeah, both got it. At least from what I saw, I'm pretty sure. Right. Both runners going for Ice Dram now. Looks good on Rhea's side, and that should be good for Ek1 as well.
Econ's spin jump looked a little bit slow, but I think he should still be fine.
Yeah.
Got that one. It's just a little bit weird how that spin jump works on that ice pillar. That ice pillar has some pretty weird textures going on.
Right. So after they both grab the luggage moon, we're gonna be coming up on Sphinx Clip, which is probably it can be one of the biggest time losses that you can take in sand if it just really doesn't like you. Sphinx Clip is really hard.
For sure, it's yet to stay one of the least consistent, like, big major tricks. As we see right here, both of them actually struggling to get into Sphinx initially. Rhea going for single clip, and that's actually not Oh wait, actually he did single clip, anti-clip back, and he's actually going to be trying to go for a pipe clip backup, which is something that's actually relatively doable in 1.0, but he seems to be struggling with it quite a bit. The only other option for him would have been to go back to the swings clip in or either talk to the swings, but it's a tremendous time loss now. Gets the pipe clip right there, but this took him very long.
Right.
He's going to have to do that swing section right now, but this is a tremendous lead change.
Right. Ekwon missed the second clip once, but as you've said before, that's not really that big of a deal. If you get it the second time, the bird still moves closer to you at the end, so getting it within the first 2 tries is still good.
Yeah, exactly. Bird is moving, especially for someone like Ikon who has figured out that later Kingdom movement, that one miss will probably not really affect him at all.
Yeah. He keeps like calling the newer routes like lenient. He says like you can miss tons of things and still make the cycles. So he's obviously perfected his later Sand Kingdom movement.
Yep. For sure, I actually didn't catch if he was going for that uncapture that bullet bill, but we see the bird is still miles away, and he's actually going to move him pretty closely now for him to grab that here. So that second try swing slip shouldn't really have affected him.
Yeah.
Now Rhea though obviously did get affected quite heavily. His choice was to go for single clip, and making that one very unfortunate mistake there, clipping back into bounds, cost him a lot of time.
Yeah. There's no real like great backups for that situation. Obviously pipe clip, but that still causes time loss. And the only other option would either be to go back and talk to the swings or do another swings clip. So really not the greatest options.
Honestly, in both of these situations, like both of these options would have probably been better for him. The way it took him pretty long to get the pipe clip, because there is a clip that most runners would not practice. Like, why would you do that? It would basically, like, if you clip in doing this, you would probably reset. There's some 1.2 runners that could technically mess around with that, because that would be their only choice to actually enter the swings from out of bounds, but it's an incredibly precise clip on version 1.2. It is possible. Swing slip is not. That's the only difference there, and that's why 1.2 runners might be looking at this. I know Rhea has been... I think Rhea had the 1.2 record for a while, and has been running on that version for jokes, I think, before, like just for trying it. But I'm not sure if he went for any pipe clips there. It's just a clip that is relatively close to not practiced at all.
Right. Yeah, he did hold the 1.2 record for quite a long time, actually. Like, a couple of months he had it. Coming up into Lake now, so I assume that Ekwon's gonna be going for Lake Clip, and Rhea will probably be doing the same, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I think we are going to be seeing double Lake Clip here. Econ gets Capital Clip first try, and he's actually been improving his movement here during that. He wasn't going for the extremely quick Lake Clip. We've actually seen people to try and like get these inputs as fast as possible, not even delaying anything. He was taking his time, but he got his clip immediately. Got capital clip immediately. Looks like Rhea is actually going to be able to do the same. I think. Oh, that's unfortunate. He kind of got held back, and he decided to not even mess with it again. He's just going to be fighting the boss at this point. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's so annoying. Like, you get the clip, and then you just hit your head. That out of bounds section is really weird. There's a lot of things that you can just hit your head on. It doesn't look that hard, but there's a lot of stuff going into that.
Yeah, for sure. That's probably arguably the hardest part. Clipping there is fine, but that's the part you really need to get down to actually make that clip work and actually implement it into your runs. But Econ is definitely going to be pretty happy with this leg. He got that leg clip pretty much instantly and had some nice out of bounds movement as well. Now Rhea is going to have to fight the boss right here, which is going to take a little bit of time, since not only does the boss fight take some time, but there's also the multi-moon cutscene, obviously, which takes a good chunk of time.
Right. So yeah, Ekwon now just, since he did the late clip right, he's just able to warp to the Odyssey, whereas Rhea is gonna have to watch this really long cutscene at the end here.
Now I actually tried to get like a spin throw strat at the very end here, which is something that's quite nice and useful. You can actually do your last Rango hit with a spin throw, and if you are, I'm not sure if it's about timing, but if you time it right, then the spin throw will basically collect all of the coins for you after you've beaten Rango, causing you to end up with like 18 extra coins. I think it is. It might be 20. I'm not completely sure. Rhea only grabbed 4 at the end, but if you get all 20, you're basically set as far as your coin routing is concerned, because you do need 200. I mean, it's definitely going to be fine. 178. I think he should be fine picking up 22 coins along the way, but it would have been quite nice for him.
Yeah, definitely. So now we're heading into Wooded. And Wooded's biggest trick is Nut Clip, which, if done optimally, pretty sure saves around 30 seconds. So obviously, if there's a mishap there, then that could allow for a lead change.
Yeah, that is still to this day will probably always be, I said this all the time, be a pretty scary moment for any race. We haven't seen too many missed nut clips overall. We've actually recently seen some out of bounds mishaps here from runners. We've seen Little Curbs struggle there a little bit in his race. We've seen. I'm not completely sure. Oh, Sui, I think was it? I think it was Sui or Rollmay. Like we've seen some mistakes there. The clip obviously is something that if you miss it, it's over. You cannot back it up. You can kind of back up out of bounds mistakes, but they can be very costly, potentially even ending up in the deep woods.
Yeah, ending up in the deep woods is never good for our any percent purposes. Alright, Equan actually going for a tree route here, which, if done optimally, saves around 2 seconds.
It's honestly probably already over though. Like I've seen him actually do it right there, and his uproot lost like all of the speed. He can still break even, or maybe save like a tiny bit of time over the route that gets the runner story moon, but pretty unlikely at this point. The uproot movement was pretty slow. He's taken his time now, his sweet time in this out of bounds section. I was bringing up earlier how people have been struggling. I'm not sure if Rhea's actually clipped. Oh, okay, that looked pretty close, but gets it to work.
Yeah. Let's hope he has no issues out of bounds. Yeah, he should be good as well. Yep.
It's out there. So the race looks a little bit closer now, but we do have to keep in mind that Equan is 1 moon ahead. He's not going to have to mess around with that Piranha plant and can just go over to the tower instead. Rhea is going to grab that story moon, sitting out some cutscenes.
Right. And I'm wondering if Equan is going to grab this checkpoint. Because, you know, when you do tree route, your spawn point is set to the shop, and you have to do a harder version of Flower Road skip, and he's gonna grab it. So yeah, he's not taking any risks.
Yeah, I'm still a very big fan there. Actually, kind of missed spaces his triple jump. This is what you usually want there because you can land on top of the nut. We see if Rhea gets it, just as a little comparison here. Yeah, looks like he will. This is what you usually want to do there, to hit the nut and then bonk into the wall to grab that moon. It looks like at the same time Equan here is getting a very, very fast flower rose. Actually going for RCJ, styling on it.
Stylish, dude. That was really clean. Certainly gonna be happy about that.
What? He got 4 roll boosts there? I've actually never seen anybody get 4 roll boosts there.
Dude, he's actually popping off. It's insane.
Oh, the Vulcans against him. Oh, okay, he still had to go for the momentum. He had the momentum, dude. He was feeling it.
Yeah, he's really just, he's showing off now. He's doing everything he can.
For real. Yeah, Ray actually got 1 miss there on the flower road skip. Had the confidence to try again. It's arguably to say that you can just go for the flower road if you miss it once and you won't lose much time. But if you go for a super quick backup and get the flower road skip again, it probably would still be a little bit faster. So his confidence gets rewarded there.
Equan losing his speed during the spiritless section, but that shouldn't lose him much time. It's relatively easy to still save time even if some of your speed gets eaten.
For sure.
Compared to the boss fight, I mean, yeah. Gonna be entering flooded pipes now, which is a cycle-based room. So if you mess up one thing, you can basically screw over the entire sub area.
That already looked a little bit slow. They're going for that cap throw. Honestly, though, you do have some leadway. Actually, it's more likely that you go too fast in pipeway, then too slow. We see Equan is in a pretty good spot, and he's going to be able to still make that work.
Yeah, that's nice. Rhea's gonna be entering pipes after this moon as well, so let's hope everything goes well for him.
So Equan here with pretty much close to a 13, yeah, of course, 1830 wooded exit, which is I guess around like 15 seconds apart from like a world record paced run. The world record I think does have a 1816 or something, so that goes to show that this run is actually still pretty solid if you consider that he had made some actually pretty big mistake in Cascade. Other than that, there's really not too much. Wooded here wasn't maybe perfect because he dropped the triple jump going to the dead end nut, but it's still looking pretty solid.
Right, yeah. I mean, I don't think he's gonna be complaining about it because it's still really solid early game so far.
At the same time, Rhea is globing in right now. Probably going to be getting something close to as a 1910. It's not exactly that, but we can probably call this a 4. It was pretty much exactly
It's a 1910.
Yeah,
Hey.
we can pretty much call that a 40-second gap is what I was going to say, which makes sense mostly due to Wooded now. Not mostly due to Wooded, but Wooded also not going perfectly in his favor,
Yeah.
but mostly due to Sand and Lake, obviously.
Equan having a little mishap with the Bowser hat, but somehow Bowser didn't grab that. That scared me. Like, I thought Bowser was gonna grab that hat. Landed right in front of him.
Probably angle based. I know that feel as well. There's a pretty high chance that Bowser actually grabs it, but sometimes he doesn't, and the head just stays close, so you get the chance to still get it for yourself and actually get the hits in before he jumps away.
Yeah, must have gotten pretty lucky there. I'm glad he did though. Having mishaps in Cloud is always so annoying.
For sure.
And speaking of mishaps in Cloud, Rhea...
Yeah, we'll see what happens if things don't go your way, and actually hitting the head against Bowser. And I know this is how Cloud actually creeps up on you. You make one mistake and then you realize, do I hate this kingdom? And whenever you start hating this kingdom, it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah. Cloud is not fun sometimes. Pretty sure the current world record lost 4 seconds to Cloud as well. Sometimes it just like sneaks up on you and you're not expecting it because you expect it to be like chill. And then you make some dumb mistake and it's all over.
Going pretty fast there in the early section. Honestly, as far as Cloud is concerned, as Rhea finishes up here, I said lately in another cast that I think arguably this is the harder Bowser fight out of the two Bowser fights. Which is kind of weird because it's obviously the first encounter we have with him, and the Moon one is a little bit easier. We have like more time. It's easier to grab that. In my opinion, we've at least seen some more time losses recently in Cloud.
Yeah, I'd honestly agree with you on that one. I find the Cloud Bowser fight to be a little harder than Moon. I don't really know why. I just seem to mess the Cloud one up a lot more than the one in...
Yep.
Maybe it's due to like where they are in the run. Like with Moon, you're already like focused and locked in, but in Cloud, you're still kind of warming up. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, Equan is gonna be finishing up Lost right now as Rhea grabs third Moon out of 10. Pretty sure it's around a minute difference at this point due to the Cloud mishaps.
Yeah, I think the difference is also between the two fights that in Cloud you have to do like the Bowser maneuver, so you have to do like a little bit more work. And in Moon, the first head grab is pretty relaxed, and then you have like time to kill between the phases because there's no manipulation to be done. You have like all the time in the world to set up and grab the heads, but Cloud is just a little bit more fast paced because you have to kind of manipulate Bowser in between his jumps, and it's arguably probably harder to do optimally in a speedrun.
Oh yeah, that's true. Never really thought about that.
Now, Equan had a very good loss, actually. Almost no visible mistakes, if any. A little bit in that middle section when he was grabbing that staircase Moon was probably the slowest. But other than that, looked very clean. Rare, though, matching that pretty much. throughout the course of the kingdom, so both of them have pretty solid losts.
Yeah, definitely. Ekwon now entering into Night Metro and Reyes following soon behind. Pretty sure this... Ooh. Ekwon making a little mistake here, but he can back that up pretty well. Pretty sure this is the most like vertical based section.
Oh,
wing.
what?
Dive vault. Oh!
He actually
Okay.
made that, dude. This man just was feeling himself there for a second, flying through the stage quite literally.
Wow.
With the casual dive vault backup. I mean, why not, honestly?
What? Dude, he went for a homing throw and that's like slower. I think he's just like... he could have just made it back up onto the building from that, but I don't know. Guess he's... Wow, okay. He's literally flying.
Yeah, as far as flying is concerned, actually not going to be going for a little elevator skip here, which is something that I've seen him do before, but I know also that he knows the risk of the strat, and the time save is relatively low. Kind of seems unreal that he's going for like a casual dive vault backup if he could have just like backflipped instead, but not go for these threads that are actually time savers. But hey, he was feeling it, he got it, so there's nothing to really be said.
I mean, yeah, his hat was already there, so I guess might as well, right?
Exactly.
Ooh, taking a bonk while going up to the Mecha Wiggler though.
Yeah, we actually have to roll cancel on that section twice, once after warp and once after leaving that section, and it's always annoying. If you slightly miss your angle, you will lose your speed on the building there, and then your roll cancel is just not getting you where you want to be.
Yeah. So, Eglon's currently in the middle phase of the Mecha Wiggler, English, while Rhea is finishing up the City Hall climb.
Yeah, this is the RNG waiting room. You basically wait for your RNG pattern to be revealed, and you're sweating. But
yeah, it's nerve-wracking. Let's see.
Wiggling a little bit around, but is pretty much stretching out at the end of the day. He would have been able to get a pretty good one there at the end, but actually ended up missing one shot. He's still gonna be fine with this, 2 cycle acquired, and it's gonna make his way with today Metro.
Yeah. All in all, that Mech Wiggler could have gone better, but as long as he didn't 3 cycle, he's still able to maintain a pretty substantial lead.
For sure. Now Rhea, also in the RNG waiting room right now, as Equan is making his way through that cutscene. Let's see what kind of pattern he will get, because he's definitely, like, even with the mistakes he had in Sand and in Lake, he's definitely still an easy reach if Equan makes a bigger mistake. And right now, he is getting some good shots and also misses one, and he's actually pretty close. I hope he can turn in time. He was able to do that. That's the one thing. You kind of want to stay a little bit further away from the Mecha Wiggle to be able to kind of reach everywhere you want to, but he still made that work.
So yeah, Ray is going to be heading into Day Metro now as well. Both runners being able to 2-cycle Mecha Wiggler. That's good. It's kind of expected at this point, but sometimes you can just get some really stupid patterns.
I'm actually almost surprised that Scooter Clip worked. He looked like a little bit far away from the cage. It was a really beautiful drive by. He actually didn't bonk anywhere. He had some pretty nice speed. But
what is Cappy doing?
Cappy not working, but honestly I think it was fine because Equal actually ended up missing the moon there. Okay, now I actually don't know anymore. Cappy's just not working.
Okay, Cappy's just deciding to go everywhere that he's told not to go.
Yeah, this is a classic.
Yep, not cooperating, just homing on the wrong thing because why not?
Yep, it's gonna be like a capture, and you definitely want Cappy to home in on it, but Cappy's like, hell no, dude, that coin looks way better over there. I'm gonna home into that instead. Rhea. Oh, whoa! That was actually the best backup. That was actually the best backup possible. He just had one fluent motion and bam. That was actually the best backup I've ever seen for Scooter Clip.
Yeah, dude. He didn't even like hit himself on the cage to a line either. He just went and it worked. Is Cappy? I think Cappy's gonna home in for him. Yeah. Cappy being a lot more cooperative with Rhea. Although Mario not sitting down on the bench.
Yeah, that's actually quite tricky. That took us a while to figure out. I remember at some point Tuval pointed out that you can actually like do some camera manipulation there, and that's when we realized that you actually don't want to move your left stick. For some reason, if you move your left stick at all, and also your camera, by the way, if you move both sticks, that's the thing. Like, if you move your camera while Mario is standing there, he would actually not sit down until you are completely still with both sticks.
That's the reason? I didn't even know that. Okay. Well, I guess that's good to know. Because
Yeah, that's why you want to move the camera like in that stun lock, basically, as fast as possible.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Because sometimes I'll get frustrated if he's not sitting down, then I'll move the camera more, then he just won't sit down.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, interesting angle there from Econ. He's still able to make that work with the spin throw. Pretty high confidence in this one because that vector didn't look too stunning.
Oh.
Just dive straight down. Is he gonna know a backup for this? I know that there is a backup.
Yep.
He lands right there.
Okay.
So is the warp the play right now? Is he gonna try again? He's gonna try again.
That looks a lot better, yeah. Okay.
Nice side flip there. Just instantly jumping over. Honestly, pretty big time loss. Falling down obviously is the first one, and then bonking, getting that climb going. Is still gonna be ahead, obviously, but pretty hard hit to his run performance.
Right, Rhea could actually capitalize on...
Yeah, that's not gonna work, is it?
Yeah, he's fine if he...
Wow, okay.
Yep. Let's see if...
Close.
That angle looks a lot better for him. Yeah. I noticed Echo was a little too far to the right, and I was wondering if he was gonna like reset up, but he just went for it. Cost him quite a bit of time.
That was pretty cool. He actually just buffered a jump and kept all of his momentum there, jumping into the crowded room here. Gets a very nice line. Nice roll cancel into the moon.
Wow.
Really hot. Doesn't really do much. Can also just long jump, but looks better. And pretty clean execution in that room.
RCJs, they're like my favorite form of movement in the game. I just love putting them wherever I can. They look cool and they save time most of the time, so it's just a lot of fun.
For sure. They look quite fancy. How you like Mario's like doing this cool motion, and he transfers all of his momentum. It's just a fancy looking strat and quite useful.
Yeah. Definitely.
Now, I haven't kept track of coin count much. I know that Rhea was, I think, like 25 coins behind leaving Lake, but there's a bunch of coins to pick up along the way, some coin scraps. It looked like he had like 102 there as he globed in. That was like the last frame I could see. I'm not sure about Equan. I think he already made the decision to go to Snow. So I think he should be fine.
Rhea has enough, and I'm pretty sure Equan has enough if he already committed to going to Snow. Let's see. Yeah, 107, he's fine. Alright. That was a little sketchy. Rolling against the edge of that wall. Thought he might bonk there.
I'm actually not sure anymore, but I think at some point the fastest strat was to roll off there, so I'm pretty sure that was intentional, but pretty close to the wall.
Yeah, definitely. A little closer than... a little too close to comfort to that wall.
Nice roll cancel there into Shiveria. I see Rhea here is actually just going to walk off instead. It's going to work just as well. And yeah, the gap has closed a little bit more with Equan making that mistake on his dive on that higher section of Metro. Still holding on to relatively comfortable lead, but something like a missed Snowdram could easily make this race very, very close again.
Right. Snowdram, each miss costs around 20 seconds. Equan going for Snow Clip. That looks good. Yep. Nice.
That looked very nice.
Yeah. I love that strat as well. Looks so sick. Clipping through a wall with the moon is just such a crazy idea, and then found ways to implement it into a run as well. It's awesome.
Yeah, I also really like the out of bounds movement there. It's obviously just a tiny optimization since all we do is kind of skip the movement going back and forth. Ivan now struggling to kill that Spiny.
Oh, this
I imagine him, but it's actually not gonna drop down at all, but only took like 7 cap throws, and then he decided to jump off.
Yeah, that Spiny really didn't want to die. What did Rhea just do? That was interesting.
Yeah, I think Rhea always goes for that spin pound on that wooden platform instead of the triple jump, which is arguably easier, actually, personally. And I know I used to do that for a while because I didn't really get to land the triple jump in the spot I wanted to until Stravos pointed out like a setup where you just basically roll, and it works pretty well. Econ went for that kind of deal, but that worked. Rhea just didn't get the nice the angle that he wanted on that cap dive, so ended up dropping down.
Yeah. Like, on my screen, it looked like he did a side flip, but I'm pretty sure it was a spin pound. That's why I was confused. Yeah, Equan gonna be finishing up Goomba Room while Ray is about to enter it. Grabbing the story moon, watching a completely useless cutscene. But you know, that's just how it is.
That's just how Snow is really at the end of the day. Snow is still an incredibly restricted kingdom in this state, and we can't really change the state because changing the state in Snow is even slower. You have to go through that bound ball section, and it's just incredibly long and tedious.
Yeah, definitely. Oh no! Rhea taking a bonk and dying.
You know why that's unfortunate? I'm not sure if you remember his coin count because he. Oh wait, okay, he's at 105 now, and he's gonna pick up some extra coins. I remember that his coin count was at like 102.
Oh my gosh, he's getting bullied.
Okay, just don't die again because then he's actually below 100. Okay, he's fine right now.
Meanwhile, Equan setting up for Snowdram. That should be there. Yeah.
Oh, made it by like 6 miles.
Dude. Literally 6 miles. He's popping up. Ooh, okay, he's fine.
Good job there, and very unfortunate mistake from Rhea. This is obviously gonna cut down his chances by winning a little bit more, but obviously not over yet. He wants to get through Snowdome as fast as possible, though. This is always a pretty scary one. We've seen misses there, and if you miss once, suddenly it might affect your mindset, and if you miss twice, then yeah, then it really hurts. I mean, it already hurts if you miss it once, but it just adds up.
Yeah, definitely. I really hope he gets it. Let's see. Interesting setup for getting on top. Yeah, that should work. Yep, good. Very nice Snowdram from Rhea. Meanwhile, Equan is touching down in Seaside Kingdom. He's going to be doing some pretty fancy movement to get up to the first moon as fast as possible. Roll canceling against the wall into a wall jump.
Not even skipping the cap stall. No, I mean that was obviously pretty nice. He ended up he ended up going below the moon actually, but still looked pretty fancy. Very fast spin pond there to get that moon out of the ground.
Yeah, dude. Spin ponds are also really fun to do. Dude, just the movement in this game in general is so fun. Oh.
Yeah, spin ponds are actually addicting though. Yeah, I agree with that fact. I probably I don't know. I don't even want to know how much spin phones I did at this point. How many times did I rotate my stick on this controller? There's like I actually still don't know how many spin pons you do in a run. That's actually something I kind of want to check out because it would be super interesting to see how much time you can lose or gain to all of your spin pons being quote unquote perfect. You know.
Oh.
Like if we factor in the fact that you can actually spin pond roll in 4 frames and just look at all spin ponds and look how much that would save over like an average spin pond, you could probably save like close to 15 seconds or something ridiculous with frame perfect spin ponds on every spin pond.
I really don't want to know how many times I spin pounded given my Koopa free running background. I've gone through a couple pro controllers already just because the left stick started stick drifting hard.
For sure.
It just
Even though the Pro controller is apparently made for pros like us, it's not even it's not even able to meet those conditions, dude.
Yeah, I'm on my I'm a little ashamed to say this. I'm on my 4th Pro controller, and that has stick drift as well. It's just, come on now.
Nintendo should probably make like a true gamer controller, and that actually has like a good stick, dude. Imagine Nintendo would make a true gamer controller. That would sell a lot.
True gamer controller.
Wait, I didn't even realize what happened. Did Equan just clip back in?
Yeah, he did.
Well, that's unfortunate because now he's gonna have to answer that quiz. That's the moment of shame. Does he know the answer though? I think it's number 3.
Oh, it's the 4th one.
It's the 4th one.
4th one.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
There we go.
Not able to speak Japanese.
Wow, letting anime down.
And yeah,
SMH.
swimming down.
Oh wait, he said he didn't even clip. He forgot.
Dude, I didn't even pay attention. I was totally focused on the true gamer controller.
So was I.
Well, I guess C-Side route doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Well, he did the quiz though. Honestly, I wonder though, was that the best option then? Yeah, probably. I mean, there's literally no other way. There's no other quick moon.
Ooh. Ray is struggling with the clip.
That's not gonna work, I
not
think.
Putting the fish far enough.
Okay, I'm very surprised it worked. The fish was like super close to yeah, he was like not even close at all to the ending boundary, but I guess he made it work. I'm not exactly sure if he understands something that I'm not aware of. Maybe once you initially manipulate that boundary, you can make him clip in like a closer spot. I don't know, but he looked like he had some knowledge there and he made it work.
Yeah, definitely. And that will allow him to save a little bit of time over Equan, since Equan did not do the route and had to answer the questions.
Yeah, to answer the questions there. Selecting number 3. I would have actually also thought it was number 3, but I've been doing some other categories recently. There's a bunch of swings quizzes. I think the one in Moon is actually number 3. I'm pretty sure about that one.
Yep, it's number 3.
Yeah, but this one here apparently number 4. Good to know for some future runs if a mistake happens there. But Econ is gonna try to forget that one. He's still actually holding into a surprisingly big lead. He has been making some mistakes, but I guess his overall movement has maybe edged out a little bit, going for a very fancy roll cancel.
That was hot.
Yep, that was hot for sure. As he hit the head of Spirit there with a roll cancel, instant jump on his head. Very nice.
Is that a spin through roll cancel? That was hot.
I'm not sure if it's a spin through roll cancel. It's definitely just some kind of RCJ basically. I'm not sure if it's done with a spin throw or not.
I mean, I saw him spin throwing after, but I don't know if he if that was intentional or not. Either way, though, very clean spirit fight from Equan.
Yeah, for sure, that's a beautiful one. Now, Rhea actually, and I think that was the right call, not going for the dive, so goes for a safety wall jump. If you commit for the dive, you're too low, you'll obviously bonk, and not only bonk, but also fall into the poison. And even though this is a moon with a like animation, like a red screen, like story moons work, they actually still end up refilling you. It's not like the multi-moons where that gets entirely skipped.
Yeah, only multi-moons refill your health automatically without giving you the animation. Equan actually gonna be rolling up the mountain here. That's a relatively new strat, if I'm not mistaken.
It's funny because it's actually an old strat that is now done again. Like, there was a point where people used to do that, but I'm not even sure if they rolled. Maybe they just used to climb up that way and probably did some cap dives or something. But yeah, doing that quickly and rolling all the way is a little bit faster than actually capturing that fork.
Well, that's always interesting. Love learning new things about this. Alright. So, I'm pretty sure Equan is gonna be going for camera manipulus for this. To get to the lava bubble down here. Let's see. Actually, well, there goes that, but...
I'm not sure what kind of manipulation that is. Maybe he wants to grab the... Oh, I'm not sure why he even did that. He would have probably just captured the portable, and what would he... Now actually, it would have been interesting if capturing the portable there would have been better, because I think once you initially capture it, it stops moving So maybe it would have like jumped out again after grabbing the moon, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm not really 100% sure either, but still, obviously not the greatest there. I think he just roll canceled the wrong way on accident.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, spin pwned the wrong way. I think he actually missed the roll cancel entirely, so he just spin pwned to the left, trying to roll cancel.
Yeah. All right. Ray, on the other hand, looks good if he can shake Cappy fast enough.
Yep.
Cappy actually homing in on the right thing.
Yeah, I think that was actually its only option at this point. But sometimes Cappy also just homes into the air, to be honest. So it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. Sometimes Cappy just decides like a brick looks better than whatever you want to home in on, or the lava, or just anything that he can potentially find that isn't what you want him to home in on.
Alright, Equan, very good turn flip actually.
Yeah. Equan also giving us a little bit of insight, saying that grabbing the lava bubble there is around 2 seconds faster if you grab it before when you miss the cam.
Yeah, I can see that. I think the portable going around is like 4 seconds, so if you grab it uncapture, it will at least stay at the right position, repeatedly bouncing up and down, so if you just capture it again, it should work better. But yeah, he actually ended up not getting the roll cancel into the turnip at first, but got the clip immediately, didn't go for any fancy super long throws, but that's pretty much what you want just to be safe with. Now Rare's position is probably also going to be working, but Equan at the same time struggling a little bit here, trying to climb up that blue rock structure.
Yeah. Taking damage in this game is so annoying. You already like lose time from taking the damage, and then next time you grab a moon, almost always you just lose additional seconds to help you.
know it's coming for you for sure.
Yeah. It's like they just gotta worry about that down the line as well, and it's just heartbreaking.
Now, Rhea has kept up the pace, and even though Equan is still in his quote-unquote comfortable lead, it's shrinking and shrinking a little bit. Small mistakes coming up there at the turnip section, not getting that roll cancel into it, and hopefully not cursing where he's going to be able to save himself. If you fall there, there's actually no fancy backup. If you fall where he's right now, there's actually pretty cool backup where you can run up the slope, but if you walk down there where the moon is, you would end up dying.
Dude, that gave me like the biggest scare of my life. Oh my god. I thought he was just gonna slide off. I didn't even know you could spin pound that low. Dang.
Yeah, that structure is weird. It reaches down pretty far in front of the moon, but behind the moon there's like no leadway, so if you touch anything down there, you will just slide down and die. But Equan hit the right, Rhea hit the right spot, was able to stay alive, grabbed the multi-moon right now, and is still sneaking behind Equan here. Equan has the confident lead, but a mistake like a mech fall, a death in shards or something can pretty much equalize that.
Yeah, definitely. Or, you know, a death to the ruined dragon smile. That, like, because that happens. Sometimes it does, but I'm not anticipating that. Shouldn't be seeing much happening in ruined. But yeah, filling ruined with stuff to talk about is kind of hard sometimes, because there's not much going on gameplay-wise.
Yeah, eventually you have to go down to the little trick box and pick up some interesting topics instead, because Ruin just doesn't offer enough. Now, honestly, if anywhere, if anyone, then Equan is known to make Ruin a little bit more exciting for some unnecessary strategies. Ended up taking a death here and there before in this kingdom, which is usually pretty unlikely to die here, but seen it happen before.
Yeah. Hopefully he won't be going for in a race setting, although currently isn't refilling his health.
He is at 1 HP as we speak.
Okay.
But it's not completely okay yet. I don't like being at 2 HP because that causes you to be at 1 HP at this phase. There's these little, these little fuzzies. Oh, that one fuzzy was actually extremely close to him.
Oh.
He's gonna have to fill up his health right now. I hope he just pick up both hearts, please. Why?
Please.
Just pick up. Okay, there's another one.
Okay, thank you. Okay. like there would be no reason for him not to, unless he was just really trying to show off. But I think he'd rather be safe than sorry, especially when it comes to this kingdom. Dying here can be very embarrassing.
Imagine losing your shot at competing at PACE, our first competitive live speedrunning event that is held in Laurel, Maryland. Very exciting venue, very exciting showcase. Imagine losing that shot due to everyone death. Equan able to save himself, grabbing that moon.
That was a great segue into PACE, actually. That was a great transition.
I'm a professional. No, but for real, just quickly letting you guys know, you should probably at some point, if you're interested in some live competitive speedrunning action, type in !PACE into the chat to check out that event that we are going to be holding. It's not that far anymore. It's like a month, a little bit more. And yeah, not only will there be the finals of our biggest leagues, but we'll also host some showcase runs that you guys probably don't want to miss.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I have a feeling it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, managed to get through Ruined without minutes of silence, which is always an accomplishment. Ruined.
Yeah, that's actually the hardest strat.
Yeah,
in the commentary
commentator
game.
Strat.
Yep,
Yeah,
the hardest strat in the commentator game. Making that one work out though, for now. It's Bowser's time. It's a little bit more intense, especially in a race like this. This is nothing like the recent races I've done where someone was leading by like 2 minutes or something. This is still very, very achievable gap here that Raya can technically close. With Equan making a mistake or him. Yeah, honestly, it's gonna have to be a mistake from Equan here. I don't think Raya can play that much better if both would play flawless, but Raya would just play that much better to still close that gap. All he can really do now is hope, quote unquote, hope for Equan to make a mistake. Now Equan is going for his signature strat here, something that I also like doing at this point, which is the kind of like bird dram or bird capture warp to get that moon, which is around as fast as the one behind the crates. A little slower, but most of us, not most of us, but for many, it's actually the preferred strat because it's so close in terms of speed, but a little less punishing. And I think the thing with this is it's pretty easy to do optimally.
right. And then after you grab the cratesman, well, in this case you wouldn't grab the cratesman, but the camera is a lot better, and the camera actually like cooperates with you, so you don't make any needless dives off the edge due to camera. I've done that before so many times. But yeah. Anyways,
a little fancy here. Probably not saving any time at all with that movement, but once again, looking fancy.
Yeah, why not? If you can do it consistently, even if it doesn't save time, as long as it doesn't lose time, why not? Actually, getting dive back shard as well, which I'd say is probably the hardest shard, just from the if you do the dive back strat, that is. Actually nailing it there though, so that's always
he's
good.
He's diving into the Oblivion right now, but other than that, oh my god, dude, you almost rock cancelled off the ledge. Well, he made that work though. The shards itself were pretty good, but that ending section maybe not too optimal. He's gonna take that though.
Yeah, that was pretty sketchy, but once again, nothing major. Probably won't lose him that much.
Now you see Equan turn his camera here to kind of set up this next strat. He took a little while to actually dive up. I think he might have still been fast enough, and he is, to get that capture warp to work.
Alright. Now we're approaching the bunnies fights, and Harriet first.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these guys obviously making the right decision here, fighting the right boss first, but... Oh, wait, am I actually still audible?
Wait.
Hello? I
Hi,
think.
hello.
Okay, that was like super awkward. My
Okay.
Discord video was showing up red, so I was like, am I still audible? Am I still here? Is this live?
Yeah.
I think it is.
Like,
I think I'm back now. Ray actually struggling with Harriet a little bit at the same time. I was about to point out that Econ is actually immune ahead, making this race seem closer than it actually is. But yeah, both of them obviously making the smart, the real man's decision here, fighting Harriet first, regardless.
yeah. All right. I don't know how to feel about this one. It's not enough topper first people. Just throwing that out there. Just an idea. Okay. I feel like more people should choose topper first. But
No, I don't understand.
hey, it's okay to have differing opinions. All right.
It's
the thing that happens
I
naturally.
can't comprehend. No, I don't think
Oh,
that's.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
We're definitely on the same page. The Harriet first is just the ultimate strat. Now Equan is done with the boss fight. Is now going to make his way over to the Mecha Brutal boss fight. He is also set as far as moons are concerned, since he obviously grabbed that bird moon early on. Actually, pretty nice triple jump up on that little fence that's going to skip any wall jumps. Almost, that was the weird. He actually ended up dropping down. He didn't even jump off the edge. He just dropped down, did a cap dive. Still got into where he wanted to go.
And we're gonna see in a second what I was referring to earlier on Rey's screen, where the camera's gonna be kind of flipped backwards while he's making some jumps after he grabs the crates moon, which is the main reason why I choose to do bird drum, is because as you saw on Equan's screen, the camera was being very cooperative and was like aiming where he wants to go. Whereas on Rey's screen, he's gonna be doing this blind jump up here.
Yeah, for sure. Econ is in the mech fight right now. Got the first hit pretty nicely. He's actually gonna jump on
Topper coin.
Okay, honestly, mad respects for that still working. He did like an attack helicopter level spin pound there to still get that bubble to hit.
Dang. Well, I mean, props to him for knowing how to back that up, I guess.
Still looks really good.
Alright.
And now this is the one that matters. We see Raya is in the mech fight right now. If Econ was to miss this hit, he gets it though. And this could have been tremendously close. Now, if Raya gets mech as well, this race is not yet over. Bowser's Kingdom, the Bowser fight in the Moon Kingdom has run us sweating most of the time, because a mistake in that entire fight could lose you up to 12 seconds if you do it in like the last phase.
Yeah, that whole fight is a big monk ass. Definitely don't want to be making any mistakes there. And that's not to say that stuff can't happen in the other parts of Moon. Like, making your way to there's Moon Skip, and there's also some jump vectors that could end up with some smaller time losses.
For sure.
Those can add up.
For sure. Now, Raya also done with the mech fight. He's gonna be fine with this. I'm not sure if he's aware of how well, quote unquote, Econ is doing. And when I say well, I mean how far his lead is right now.
Yeah. I think Econ is still on high 101 pace, but I'll be able to tell more with the fade out. I'm not completely sure.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much regardless, it's gonna depend on his moon, but he's definitely on 101 pace if he gets a. It's pretty much like everything, like a 525 moon or worse. Or better, not or worse, obviously. A 525 moon or better, and he's going to be able to get a 101. Now, Raya is not too far away from that either. He is not going to be able to actually make this a 101 anymore. There's no way he can beat Moon that fast yet. But if Econ makes some mistakes, they could both end up with like a pretty low to mid 102. That's still on the table. For Raya, most likely, like this pace is going to be looking like something like a 102.25 if he plays Moon on average, and that's definitely a time that Econ could also still get if he makes mistakes.
Aqua missing the triple jump already, so he's gonna have to be going for a long jump back. That was sketchy. I thought he was gonna roll right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You can save yourself there if you...
Oh, no,
getting
dude.
attacked by the
By the
moon snake.
Yeah.
Now, is that
Alright.
a thing actually called moon snake? Someone just...
Yeah.
Where does it say that? Someone said before to me that Nintendo calls the moon snake, but I've never actually seen any confirmation.
It's called a moon snake. I don't know where I heard it either. I just know that it's called a moon snake, and I've been calling it that ever since.
How is that a snake? I mean, whatever. It's not time for that discussion yet.
Yeah.
Like, since Econ is literally about to start up the Bowser fight, and this is one of the most likely chances remaining for him to actually potentially still drop this once again. The stakes here are relatively high. This is going to result in... Oh, wait.
Okay, he's fine. Okay.
Why though? Like, I'm actually confused why that almost didn't work, because he actually got a cap return jump, which should technically be higher, causing him to get more distance. But moon mechanics and physics are kind of weird.
I think it's because he had a rocket flower as well. I'm not sure though. No, it could just be moon physics. Yeah, moon physics are. We're just gonna.
Let's just go with moon physics being weird. I'm not completely sure. Maybe if you do a cap return jump, the rocket flower gets like away from your back or something. I don't know. At least he made it over there. That's what matters. Equa now is in the boss fight. Has already acquired the first phase of the fight. Rey's going to be looking to do the same. And we see how close this phase actually is now, leading up to this point. This is pretty much one Bowser phase apart, as both of them actually punch into Bowser here.
Yeah. Any mistake here, any like larger mistake here from Ekwan could cause a could cause a lead change or cause the race to become a lot closer.
For sure, and this is the phase that, even though it's not probably going to be the hardest that Econ is about to do, but it is the most punishing if you miss this one. So he definitely needs to focus here, gets this one, time the backflip, and you will acquire Bowser's head. At this point, it's pretty much just him and the escape section. If he gets that just fine, he would be able to get a win here, a very, very meaningful win as well.
Whoa, it's not over yet though.
It is not over yet. It is not over yet. There's an entire escape between him and probably being able to get that 8th place.
2D skip, monk ass. I don't want to jinx anything, but I've seen Ekwan have some issues there in the past, so that's probably one of the last places he can make a big enough mistake for Rey to catch up, aside from the pillar room.
Yeah, 2D skip though would actually just do it, most likely, unless Rhea misses it as well. Like, if you die in a section like that, yeah, it's just like a minute. I don't know if it's exactly a minute. I think it's like 45, 50 or 50 seconds or something. But it is very, very infuriating if you miss that trick, because you could have played so well throughout the entirety of the run. But let's see if he's going to be able to get it. Gets those first jumps very quick, and it's actually not messing around at all. Gets that 2D skip very quick, and now it's only really pillar room that's between him and his 8th spot.
Yeah, meanwhile Rey is also coaching 2D skip, so you're gonna be hoping that he does well as well.
Econ dropping a fireball there right before that last scale is going to have to do some additional clawing, but it's still going to be fine. He is in fact still on 1 pace if his pillar boom just goes well enough. No, but on the other hand, it's already passed to the skip. So be able to hopefully play pillars as well. But let's focus on Econ first. He's about to finish this.
Alright. Yeah, only real thing. There's only 2 real things that could happen here now, but both of them are extremely unlikely. So let's just see. Not gonna name anything. Avoiding the hole. Okay.
Okay, you can name it now since it's done. It's done. It's avoided.
Yeah.
Now it's only time for the invisible. I almost feel like he was forcing. Was he actually shooting a fireball there? That almost looked like he was forcing an invisible ball to happen. Because that's actually the way the invisible ball happens. If you shoot a fireball or claw as the pillar is destroyed, then that's when the invisible ball comes up. But I'm not sure if Econ had the confidence to kind of mess around with that. He is finishing. He is done. Gets the 101.56, and yeah, Rhea just behind him. Pretty close here at the end. But GG's 101.56 from Econ.
Yeah, and Rey's gonna be finishing up around 25 seconds behind. So yeah, pretty close race, honestly. It was a lot of fun to commentate.
For sure, 25 seconds is pretty much is not much at all. Like if you think about Rey's mistakes in sand alone, that's pretty much it. Like that's literally pretty much the difference here. Him really struggling hard on that pipe clip after he messed up the Sphinx clip, the single clip part where he ended up clipping back into the room. That's pretty much it. And then he also made some mistakes in lake, trying to go for lake clip, not going for it. So pretty high standards of gameplay from both of them. Nicely delivered. Now, I do want to say that it's time to end this one. We do have a pretty busy schedule for the day, more races yet to come. So I'm probably going to be closing this one out here again. And thank you for commentating. Once again, an exciting experience. Always these equal races. This guy's just spicing it up, making commentary pretty interesting. But yeah, make sure to follow these runners, guys, Econ and Rhea. Make sure to follow the channel for more action here. Playoffs are about to come up very soon. This is where things start mattering even more as we come closer to pace. But thank you guys for watching this and hope to see you in the next one.